Sony's built the ultimate karaoke machine. I'm here with the Sony ULT Tower 9 party speaker. We're here to ask, is it pocket worthy? Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a $750, 65-pound gigantic speaker possibly be pocket worthy? Well, let's get into it. So putting the size aside for a minute, how does the speaker sound? It's very impressive. I mean, this thing sounds excellent. It's got big booming sound. You know, it's a party speaker in every sense of the word. You'll also see it's got lights. I mean, it's just a very striking product. I mean, like, this is what you imagine when you imagine, like, you know, a professional booming speaker, right? You can actually feel the bass in your chest. I mean, it's powerful. It sounds great. I've been able to connect wirelessly with the Sony Sound Connect app with no problems. So overall, I'd say the sound is really good. Now, because this is a Sony ULT product, that means it's got this cool, almost holographic element to it. But what it really means is that this has a bass boost feature. So Sony's ULT line of headphones and speakers lets you really pump up the bass. Now, normally I've found pumping up the bass is not my preferred way to listen to music. You know, a lot of Americans really love that, you know, you can hear it in your teeth bass sound. That actually kind of blows out the sound mix. You know, it really isn't the best if you really want to hear your music as it was, you know, really meant to be heard. But I actually found that's not as much of a problem with the Tower specifically. The bass boost doesn't blow out the sound as much as it does with the headphones, with smaller speakers. So I actually found that to be really, really encouraging. And again, because it's a party speaker, I do think that ability to blow up the bass actually makes perfect sense. You know, this isn't just like, oh, I'm having friends over to my apartment party speaker. This is like, I'm having a party and I'm selling tickets and 100 people are coming speaker. So you actually do want that big bass that can really fill up the room. So, you know, in terms of sound, I definitely think this delivers. It has what's called 360-degree sound, so it should fully fill the space up. The bass should fully travel. You should be able to hear it, you know, and feel it really, even when you're standing pretty far away. The other cool thing about this speaker is you can connect it with other Sony speakers. So if you want to make a surround sound situation, Sony actually talks about using it with your television. If you want to have, you know, a big bass boost in your living room or your home theater, you could theoretically connect this to your TV, home entertainment system. So again, in terms of sound quality, I definitely think this is a really fun product and you're going to really enjoy it. So the Sony speaker also has party lighting, as you can see. There's a series of buttons on the top you can use to control the lights, but what is probably the best way to do it is within the app. You'll see there's actually a color wheel feature. You can just kind of like click and drag to change the lighting to your preferred setup, which is really cool. There's a couple different lighting modes, so, you know, it's pretty flexible options. You can really set it up to, you know, match your party, match your mood, match your vibe. Sony's actually built the ultimate karaoke machine. You'll see there's actually these slots here on the side where you can put a wireless microphone. And really, I can't imagine a more perfect karaoke machine, right? I mean, it's very cool for that purpose. If you're just having a few friends over, this is gonna be overkill, obviously, but if you own a bar and wanna host a karaoke night, this would be perfect to do that. If you're, you know, a wedding DJ and you need to make announcements, this would be perfect to do that. So I think it's actually a very, very useful speaker for the right person. For the average person, for the person who lives in a one-bedroom New York City apartment, for someone like me whose dance party days are sadly quite a few years behind them, maybe not the right speaker. It comes with wheels on the bottom, so you can transport it. I will say it's portable-ish, right? I actually, to film this review, had to transport this from Brooklyn to Manhattan, which was a journey on foot. Don't make the mistake that I did. Don't try and take your speaker for a long walk. Use a car to transport it around. It does have wheels, so you can kind of move it, you know, from place to place within limits. But again, for the right person, I think this speaker definitely makes sense. There's a wired version for $750, and there's a wireless version with a 25-hour lithium-ion battery for $900. But you can often find this on sale. Both versions are often on sale for up to $100 off, sometimes more. So you can actually get pretty good deals on this. So overall, I'd say it definitely meets the criteria of pocket worthy, even if it doesn't quite fit in your pocket, obviously. But for the right person, I mean, this thing is a beast. If you show up to a party with this speaker, people are gonna go wild. I really believe that. All right, so that's the Sony ULT Tower 9 party speaker. If you're interested in picking one of these up for yourself, we'll add a link to the product in the description of this video, and let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you think it's actually worth the money, if you're interested to try it yourself, or if you have any questions.